So today my topic is going to be goal setting because I think it's quite appropriate to have that as our topic. And I want to talk to you about why it's important to set goals, or why I think it's important to set goals, and why I set goals, and why I encourage other people to set goals. So some people see goals as being similar to your New Year's resolutions, which they can be. But with New Year's resolutions, what I find is that people are more likely to just come up with something like, I'm going to lose weight, and there won't be any substance behind it. In fact, there won't be any plan. And that is the basis, really. This is what we need to do when we set goals, is to actually have some sort of plan. So it's a good idea when you set your goals to have some sort of plan of what you want to achieve, but also how you're going to achieve it. So, like I said, with New Year's resolutions, quite often people are setting what they want to do or what they want to give up, but there's no plan in place to help them achieve that. Now, I know that some people think that setting goals is a complete waste of time, but in actual fact, it's really, really helpful for humans and their mental health to have a purpose. We all need to have a purpose. So it's actually quite healthy for us to have that. So there are many reasons why you should set goals, and I can go through a few of them here. There's about 5 that I will go through. And the first one I want to talk about is setting a goal helps to provide direction and purpose. Now, you may have heard me mention this before. So when you have a goal, something to focus on, something that you want to achieve or to give up, it helps you because you're focusing on something specific and you have like an idea of what it is you want to achieve. So your mind is focusing on that purpose. Number 2 is it enhances your motivation. So having a goal enhances your motivation. It makes you more motivated because you've got that purpose again. It's really as simple as that. You're going to get up in the morning, you're going to get on and do something, you're going to call that person, you're going to join that class because you have a purpose, you have a reason to be doing something. Now, number 3, I think is a very good one, which is it improves your self-esteem and your confidence. So having a goal that you then break down into smaller chunks, which is what I always do. I have my main goal and then I break that down into smaller chunks of how I'm going to achieve that goal. And achieving those small chunks is what helps with your motivation because you're ticking them off as you're going along. You're ticking off what you have achieved. So always, I would recommend breaking your goal down into small chunks, tiny steps, because every journey starts with a single step. Number 4 is that having a goal helps to reduce anxiety and overwhelm. And you might be wondering how that works. Well, when you have no purpose, you don't have a goal, you don't know how to achieve something, there may be something that is causing you distress because you'd like to start doing it or you'd like to give it up. When you don't have the goal to actually achieve that, then the anxiety builds up and feel overwhelmed because you don't know where to turn, you don't know which direction to go. You might be feeling as if you're being pulled from pillar to post. And that is what happens when you don't have a goal. It increases your anxiety. Now, for number 5, it encourages positive habits. So yes, I'm a real habit person. I like my habits. I build my habits in, and every year I will have a list of habits that I want to build in because I think that they are good for me and will help me achieve my goal. So having a goal encourages good habits, because you've got to have good habits to achieve your goal. You've got to be able to get up in the morning. You've got to be able to get on and do what you said you were going to do, that needs to be done to achieve your goal. So for instance, if you say that you want to go to the gym, you're going to have to build that habit in to getting up in the morning to go by a certain time, or going in your lunch break or after work. So it helps to build good habits. How I set my goals. Now, there is no prescribed way that you need to follow to set your goals. I'm just giving you an idea of how I do mine. So when there is something in my life that I want to lose, change, do, stop, start, pursue, transform, heal, achieve, create, explore. I think I've said that one already. Learn, become, or experience, I will sit down and I will write all my goals out. I'll just write everything down. And then once I've written all my goals down and I've exhausted everything that I want to do, change, whatever it is, then I will go through that list and I will grade them to see which are the most important goals. And I will keep on doing that until I come to the one goal. Because I'm one of those people that thinks that you should concentrate on one goal at a time and achieve that goal. Once I've decided on my one goal, then I will look to see what it is, set my plan to see what it is I need to do to achieve that goal. Do I need to learn something? Do I need to make contact with someone? Networking? What is it that I need to do to achieve that goal? Do I need to buy a gym membership? Who knows what it is? It depends on your goal. But then I look to see what it is I need to do to achieve that goal. And I will then write it down, what my small steps are that I need to do to achieve that goal. Now, at this point, I just want to make a note about limiting beliefs. So if there is one goal that you have tried many times before and you find that you get so far and then it just fizzles into nothing, you need to look and see what your limiting beliefs are. What it is that might be stopping you from achieving your goal. Is it because you get to the point where you think, actually, I'm no good at this, I can't do it? Because we all have those thoughts. At some time we always think, we are, who am I kidding? That I think that I'm going to be able to do this. So it's the limiting beliefs that you will come across that will blow up your goal, so to speak. The other thing that is very important to have is your reason why. Why do you want to achieve it? Never let it be your reason why is because someone else wants you to achieve it. I've heard that so many times, where it's not what you want, it's because you want to do it because you want to make someone else happy. That's not going to be a successful reason for achieving that goal. It really, really, really has to be something that you are so emotionally attached to. You so need to achieve it. That's the kind of why you're looking for. It feels like a life and death situation, really, that you have to do this, you have to achieve it. Because one thing I know, motivation will let you down. You will be motivated up to a certain point, and then when things get tough, things go wrong, you have a bad day or a bad week, that's when your motivation will go. You will lose your motivation, and then that's when you're in the danger zone of not at all achieving that goal. So it's really important to have that really, really clear reasoning why you want to achieve what you want to achieve. Because then when things do get tough and you think, actually, I can't do this anymore, I'm not doing it today, I'm going to take some time out, that's acceptable to take time out and then regroup. But you have to get back in it and get going again. And it will be your why, your reason why you want to achieve that goal, that will help you get back into it and get going again. It's really important. We have spoken about our goal, how to decide what our goal will be, and making sure we have a really compelling and an emotional why, because that will help our motivation. And also choosing just one goal at a time. The other thing that's really important is to make your goal specific, measurable, and actionable. And I know you've probably heard this so many times before and think it's just probably a load of old gobbledygook, but it's not. You need to go that extra mile and actually be very specific over what your goal is. Give it some time frame so it's measurable, so it just doesn't go on forever and it's like, oh, well, it doesn't matter if I don't achieve it. Because in your head, you have not set a deadline or a target. And make sure it's actionable so you can actually achieve your goal. Okay, it might be hard. You might have to have quite a few steps to get there. You might even have to do a course. Who knows what you'll have to do? But make sure you can actually action your goal. And that is really important, because some people will choose a goal that isn't actionable because actually they're scared of achieving it, or they're scared of failing at it. So if it's so hard that it's going to be more or less impossible for them to achieve it, that's kind of getting them off the hook. So make sure it is actionable. So let me give you an example of something that might be specific, measurable, and actionable. So now, if I wanted to increase my strength in my legs, say, I may have a goal that is that I want to be able to do 200 squats in 30 days. So I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm squatting, and I know exactly what number I want to do 200s. And I know exactly over how many days or what period of time. It's 30 days. That is an example. Another one might be, I want to work out 5 times a week at the gym for 45 minutes per session. That is also specific. I'm saying exactly what I want to do. I want to work out at the gym. It's measurable because I'm going to do it 5 times a week, and I'm going to do it for 45 minutes, and I'm going to the gym to do it. So it's actionable. It's something that I can do. If I choose to put my mind to it, I can go to the gym. You know, I might need to get myself a membership. You know, that's one of the small steps that I would have to take to get there. And I may have to work out what route, you know, or what time of the day I could go. But they're the steps that you would take to get that goal. One last one. Let's try one more. So I would like to learn to tap dance within the next 6 months. So I know what it is what I want to do. I want to learn to tap dance. I want to do some sort of little routine in a tap dancing class or with someone who does private tuition. It doesn't matter. Maybe you might even decide that you're going to do this by buying a tutorial of some sort, as in, I don't know, something on YouTube or something like that. And I want to do it within 6 months, because that's my goal. 6 months, I want to be able to tap dance around my kitchen with my tap shoes. That's what I mean by making it specific, measurable, and actionable. You have set your goal that you want to achieve, and you know what it is you have to do, and you know you can do it, and you know over what time you have set that goal to have it achieved. Now, there are a few what I like to call bear traps that you need to look out for that may try and stop you from achieving your goal. There are 4 that I'm going to go over right now. And number 1 is procrastination. Now, procrastination is something that all humans have. We do this a lot, where we just kind of feel that we don't really want to do it. Do I really have to do that? You'll find any excuse to do it. Like, you'll have something on the top of your list that needs to be done first thing in the morning. And what you'll do is you'll find something else that you can do instead, so that you don't have to think about doing that one thing that you need to do. Be very careful of procrastination. It will hinder you if you allow it to take over. You need to be determined to get what it is that you need to do done. So for instance, there may be things that you don't like doing. You might need to make a few calls to progress your goal, and you may really hate that. Oh, I've got to call these people and I don't know what to say and I don't know how to talk to them. So I think I'll just sweep the kitchen or do the washing or go and do the shopping, and then later on I'll do it. And then it never gets done. So be very careful of procrastination. Now, what I always say is the things that I really find hard to do, I'm not that motivated in doing them, I make them the first thing that I do. If I don't want to make that call, that'll be the first thing I do. So it's out of the way, because generally the fear of doing it is more than actually doing it. Once you've done it, it's like, oh, okay. And conquering that type of a feeling is so liberating. So don't let procrastination take you off course. One that's similar, that kind of feeds into that, is an internal fear. So that's number 2, internal fear. So in internal fear, you feel that you're not going to be able to achieve it. You feel that maybe you've bit off more than you can chew. You feel that other people are going to criticize you, and that your friends won't like you as much. It could be anything at all that makes you feel fearful and thinks, oh, I just can't do this. I just can't hack this. So be careful of your internal fear. You need to be able to learn how to conquer that and get round that, so you're not allowing it to stop you from progressing. And there are loads of tips and hints that you can use to help you with that. The same with procrastination. There are lots of things that you can do, i.e. the example I gave where I was put that at the top of my list for procrastination. So those are my first two. The third one is multitasking. Now, a lot of people think that multitasking is really good. If you can multitask, oh boy, you're one of the best. But actually, multitasking is not really a good thing. Kind of spreading yourself too thin and having to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that, all that means is that you are not going to be excellent at one thing. And you need to be excellent at one thing. The more you practice something, the more you do something, the more you will become excellent at that. So to achieve your goal, you need to be good at what it is that you want to achieve. So try to control your multitasking, okay? even if you have lots of things, other things that are going on, try to make sure that you are putting things in boxes and you're going to do this and concentrate on that. And then when you need to move, because I understand, you know, we have busy lives, we have families, we have lots of other things going on. And so there's other things that we need to do. You'll be doing your goals and probably working at the same time. But you need to try and focus on one thing at a time. So multitasking is a really good tip. Don't have multiple goals. Don't take on multiple tasks. Try and be an expert at one thing at a time. And number 4, my last one, is a lack of good planning. A lack of good planning will scupper you completely. So you need to plan well. Once you've decided on your goal, you need to work out what your steps are that you need to take to get there. And then you have to go through those steps one at a time. That's good planning. Take small steps. Remember, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. So take small steps to get you where you are wanting to be. It helps to stop you getting overwhelmed where you've got all these things going on and all these things to do and you're trying to do everything at the same time. One thing at a time. Conquer that and then move on to the next thing.